My people of the southern Cameroons, my people of Ambazonia, accept revolutionary greetings from me this day, October 14, which is Thursday. I'm Comrade John Akuro. I'm really saddened by what has just happened today. Saddened by what happened in Buea this day. My people, emotions are high. Tempers are high. There is consternation everywhere. Our people are overwhelmed. The people you saw there screaming, those are not stock images. Those are not pictures or videos of 2016, 2017, 2018. That video that you just watched, that I may have to place here once more. This is a video of this month. And this is Buea. My people, we are all dismayed. Dismayed because once more, La République du Cameroun has come out clear to reiterate what some people have been seeing but refusing to see, have been hearing but refusing to understand, are aware of but are refusing to act. That we, the people of the southern Cameroons, are not considered human beings by La République du Cameroun. That our people are considered, in the words of Okalia Bilai Bernard, dogs, animals. In the words of the journalist of Television Mille Collines, Television Vision Card, roaches, cockroaches. My people, how do you explain that early in the morning, that parents are taking their children to school? Someone will even have the guts to stand on the way and be obstructing and asking for documentation. And because a poor woman presents her papers and says she will not give a frivolous 500 francs, fire is opened on her vehicle. She even survives by chance. And then a 5-year-old, is she even up to 5 years? Because we're still gathering information, is brutally suppressed from life. Look at this little girl. What does she know about what is going on? Okalia Bilai, can you tell me what this girl knows? Can you tell me what this child knows? What does she know? Hell no. Her life has been brutally cut off by the same people who are brought into our land on claims, on grounds that they are coming to protect lives and properties. In the words of pseudo-professor Eric Mathias Onangini, to come and make sure Lord reign. Eric Mathias Onangini, Lord reign. That is the Lord. Lord reign. Par la force. Listen, my people of the southern Cameroons. Sometimes people sit and think that Mr. Paul Biya and his cohorts are people with hearts, with consciences who can think anymore. If you are one of those who are still been thinking in that manner, please stop today. Beginning today, know that these people are bloodthirsty. What other name should I call them? These are bloodthirsty and zofugumans whose only anxiety is to annihilate the people of the southern Cameroons over our wealth, over the wealth that's on our land. Okalia Bilai Bernard has been lingering in the southern zone for several years. He was a colonial SDO for Fako, where if you go to verify, he owns almost all the land in that area. Of course, we're all aware that Mr. Tambetiku revealed that Okalia Bilai, to himself alone, had over 85 land titles in Fako alone. 85. He doesn't buy any piece of land. Yes, that is the plunder. Because of this plunder, they are ready to crush all of us. Look at this little baby. What does she know? Does she deserve this? But this is a pattern. We saw it already with Baby Mata. We saw it with these little ones in Gabo. And anyone who has been doubting that they are at the origin of all of this, from today, you won't anymore. They did it in Gabo and were in denial. Until when they were caught hands down, they accepted and tried to shift responsibility and claimed that they were going to mete out sanctions. Hell, nothing has happened to those people. No death sentence. No. And then, they did it in Kumba. And because they were not caught red-handed in Kumba, they have been in denial to this day and went along, picked some innocent young people who've never met each other, put them together, and handed them a death sentence. I mean, a death sentence. But they know that they did it. Today, what just happened to this little girl? What happened to this infant? If the people of Buea were not there to serve as eyewitnesses, they will come and tell us the cooked stories that they have started saying. My people, it would even have been worse. And at the end of the day, some innocent people again will be picked and caused to pay the price for their exactions on us. This is how far it goes. They destroy you, they hold you responsible, and they bring in further destruction on you. Is anyone doubting that when it happened in Kumba, they not only ended at playing the manipulations, at even picking some innocent young men who are today languishing in jail with a death sentence dangling over their heads? They arrested the proprietor and the proprietress and her husband of the school concerned, of the Mother Teresa International Bilingual School in Kumba. Or is it Mother Francisca? I may be getting mixed up though, because I'm still carried away with emotions. I'm still overwhelmed that people will be this heartless. So they picked the proprietress and her husband and detained them after carrying out their exactions on her institution, well planned, and supplanting the lives of over 7 school children. In school still. Today, this is another school-going child on her way to school whose life is brutally supplanted. Listen, my people. According to the manipulations that are already going on, I won't be surprised that at the end of the day, they tell you that the lady, because I come to understand that that's not the mother of the child, because the mother of the child apparently is based abroad, who was transporting the child to school, is the first suspect. I won't be surprised that they tell you that she has to go behind bars, or that she's even already behind bars at the behest of John Gute and Atanga Ponji and Okalia Bilai Bernard. This is unacceptable. This is simply unbelievable. And so the reactions of the people of Buea are simply understood. Watch them again. We haven't seen this mobilization in Buea for a while now. But it's not as if the people had forgotten that they are in a struggle. That is why today, when it happened again, they said enough of this nonsense. Just watch them.
Today, it is horrible. They are still feeling with that child in the road. As you can see, the whole place is chaotic.
Mr. Monica everyone. Yeah, you see, I think they are going back. I don't know whether they are carrying the cops inside the car, but this is what is happening here in Buea.
Where Papa goes? 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 Where? See my begin. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
As usual, our people are out on the streets with peace plans. That is where we started in 2016. That is how we've always been. Peace-loving people. That is the cause of our undoing, because we are peace-loving people. Because La République believes that since we are peace-loving people, they can take us for granted. My people of Buea, I give you people several armored car salutes, over 21 of them. Because for once, in the past few months, they never expected that you would do it. The spontaneous reaction of the people, you came out in huge numbers to tell the world that we are still an active volcano. We know what we want. We know how we will get there. It is unacceptable, unbelievable that a little young girl who just a few days back was dancing her beautiful dance, the parents looking at her and imagining the future, suddenly she's no more, for no fault of hers, for no good reason at all. My people, watch this little girl and ask me whether this is not evidence enough that those who have been standing on the fence need to come in very fast so that we end this thing the fastest possible. The nightmare is becoming too much. Just watch. You see the arrow pointed on this beautiful little object. Just look at her. Unknown to her, this was going to be her last dance. Yes, little angel, go in peace. Go in peace, little angel. The history books will remember you. Go in peace, little angel. Posterity will remember you. We will never forget, little angel, that you were part of this fray. We will never forget, little angel, that on this day, you marked a new turning point in this struggle. We will never forget, little angel, that on this day, you reawoken the spirit of the people of Buea to understand that no one will do it for us if we don't do it by ourselves. Little angel, may our Father, Lord, receive your soul in the heavens, from whence you will sit and watch how we take back our country. I'm sure that even as your spirit hovers, you can see for yourself what the people of Buea, representing all the peoples of the southern Cameroons, are doing on your behalf. Just watch them once more.
Knock the man stay down there.
He did knock the man to stay there.
Knock the man stay down there.
He did knock the man to stay there.
As you can see, the people are coming out. They're still assembling. As you can see, everyone hearing about the incident in their angle and just moving to the road. They're streaming in. And as they stream in, they try to understand. It is a phenomenon that is not unknown to the people of Buea. That is why, before long, they determined it was normal to take the road up to the colonial governor's office. Not because they were expecting Okaila Bilai Bernard to say anything serious, not because they were expecting Okaila Bilai Bernard to accept the fault that yes, they committed this fault, not because they actually thought that they were going there, but they were going there to tell him one thing. And listen, to tell him they know why it happened. Just watch. because of 500 francs. 500 francs CFA. A young baby. Because of 500 francs CFA, this little girl has lost her life. Because of 500 francs. Because these people, these thugs that Mr. Buea sends to our territory, he sends them and they don't even send them what to live on. They don't even send them money to live on. For that reason, when they come, they have to prey on our people. Of course, they are colonial lords and we are slaves. So everything we have is everything they have. So they have to prey on our people, extort on a daily basis at gunpoint. You must give them. And because he did not get his 500, that is why he opened fire on this car. That is why he had to show this child the way of death. My people, listen. I think what is interesting at this point in time is that the indignation has attained levels where what we saw elsewhere in Nigeria, church people, bishops, reverend fathers, pastors getting onto the streets has reached the streets of Buea. I can see Bishop Bibi, who couldn't hold it to himself, he got into the streets of Buea.
Where Papa God? Until the bishop himself is here.
That is Bishop Bibi,
Jesus.
the bishop of Buea.
Where Papa God? Until the bishop himself is here. Joy, Papa. Jesus. Where Papa God? Until the bishop himself is here.
The pain is too much. This is absolutely unacceptable. And I want to tell the people of Buea, the people of the southern Cameroons, the people of Ambazonia, wherever you are on the territory and wherever you are in the world, we have to be on the alert because the greater part of the manipulation has just started. I mean, the greater part of the manipulation has just started. And the real insult they are preparing to add to injury is on its way. If you are doubting, watch this. And you will even be amazed where it is coming from. Dingana Faustin, Raymond Dingana, I beg your pardon. What's his name? Raymond Dingana. You'll be wondering, what's the name from? Raymond Dingana is from Balinyonga in the northern zone. That's the Bali, that you know, where grandpa is the king. Raymond Dingana is from there. Raymond Dingana and his brother Faustin Dingana, these are people who have been eating so big from the Buea system. They tapped so much resources from the Douala Autonomous Ports. At the time it was called the Douala Ports Authority. That is why Raymond Dingana is the first to begin the manipulation. Read what he says. A gendarme officer has been beaten to death by an angry mob in Buea after his gun discharged bullets, killing a child Thursday, 14th of October 2021. Listen, after his gun discharged bullets, not after, no, he didn't do anything. Raymond Dingana is trying to tell us that the toy that this gendarme was carrying just went out by itself. I mean, it just decided to operate. This guy is innocent, and the crowd just fell on him for no good reason. He's innocent. And as a report says, his colleague took to their heels, leaving him behind. The incident we are told happened at checkpoint. We hear the population has carried the remains of the baby and are marching towards Clark's quarters. Listen, this is Raymond Dingana from the southern Cameroons, being the first to begin the manipulation. What do some people benefit? All because he's telling himself someone somewhere is watching in La République du Cameroun. And because in La République du Cameroun, when you do this, you place a few calls. Did you see what I put on Facebook? And all one, they say, oh, cellular, that's a good slave. That's a good slave. Come over. You go to pick the crumbs. Look at this. This is not only embarrassing and humiliating, but it is demeaning. Little wonder that CRTV picks from there. Of course, we always know. Parce que tu vas lire, c'est un gendarme a tiré sur une voiture qui essayait de s'enfuir à Moliko Buea. The twist now is what I heard from the mouth of Okala Bilai. That a gendarme officer opened fire on a car that was attempting to run in Buea et tue une fillette de 5 ans and kills a 5-year-old girl. Le gouverneur du Sud-Ouest, Okala Bilai Bernard, affirme que les responsables seront punis. Listen, this is still denial. Because the claim now is that this lady was running. The next step, by the time you hear from Atongfak, he will be telling you that there were even Amber boys in that car, and they even had equipment in that car, and that the equipment was even coming from Biafra, and the equipment was even coming from somewhere else and all whatnot. And so this lady needs to be arrested and interrogated to say exactly why she was running. Listen, my people, our lives have never mattered to these people of the Republic of Cameroon. That is why at every turn point, they are ready to do these things, and they are ready to tell you, no, we are at fault. They beat you up, they maim you, they hurt you, they blame you, they arrest you, and they detain you. On top of all of that, I remember a time when a journalist told Minister Issa Chiruma, "You are talking peace, peace. Can you ask your people to stop shooting?" Do we all remember what he said? Just to refresh our memories, just a few seconds though.
Through dialogue.
And the military too should stop shooting.
The military a military has never shot in any. How can you say this? Through dialogue.
And the military too should stop shooting.
My people, even in the midst of this, I still managed to put a smile on my face. I put a smile on my face because I know that this little angel is a martyr. Because I know that this little angel will never be forgotten in the pages of the history. When we write the history of our march towards freedom, she will have a golden page. And if you ask yourself, will those people who move around and claim that they are elite of the Southern Cameroons and that they can talk on our behalf? I heard one chief slave, Ufi Chinje Melo, Aka professor, said the other day that the Prime Minister John Gute had already said it. And that he made a serious revelation. She would call it a revelation. And that he was very determined. I said it once and for all, that the people of her so-called Southwest will never want to be in anything with the people of the Northwest. And so, listen, she was indirectly telling us the story. That all the exactions we see on our people, they give the instructions. And if anyone doubts that Chief John Gute gives those instructions, supports those who carry out this heinous act, enables them, gives them a pat on the back, watch this short video. Anyone who doubts that Chief John Gute will go out all the way to support and even give instructions, because I'm told at the last instance that he personally gave instructions for this lady at St. Pete, 8 months pregnant, who had 2 infants, should be picked up by his agent, by his agent provocateur, Moja Moja. If you are doubting, watch him here congratulate Moja Moja. Watch.
While fighting, I'm not going to
fight with unity.
I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not above the law. Yes. But we just have to tell them that we too can stop them.
I know.
Thanks very much.
I want to congratulate you for the good work you're doing.
Thank
you very much.
While fighting, I'm not.
We all heard John Gute. You could see this broad smile on his face. I saw the way he lifted his hands. You are doing a good job, an excellent job. So little wonder, I'm not surprised when I received information that John Gute personally dished out instructions that this poor woman be picked up. And that is why at his behest, she was kept at the Gendarmerie Legion for 7 days. I don't know which magistrate signed the remand warrant. Because from the look of things, it looks like you just left the Legion on an administrative warrant straight to the Buea Central Prison, where the Legion commander says at his whims she will have to be there for at least 6 months and even renewable without any trial, while they will sit behind and determine what kind of charges to trump up on her. Chief John Gute, your flag is flying. Good job. My people, I have said it and I repeat it. I've said it over and over. That when God says yes, there is nobody that can say no. Does anyone know why? When this thing happened in Buea, immediately fire erupted in Victoria, next door. And where did it erupt? Not just any kind of place, right back in Sonara. Unknown to people, this fire you are seeing, I will tell you where it is.
That the explosive. It is Anna at. Child, Papa God. Nana so begin die for Buea. We never finish crime.
This fire you see is within the confines of Sonara, there in Victoria Rangeme. This fire, this explosion, is within a storage tank where Sonara has been storing a lot of the oil that they import from Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea. Because since the last fire incident at Sonara, Sonara no longer refines oil. But to give the impression to the people that Sonara is still refining oil, to give that feeling of bravado and all of those things, they sit in all those offices and now import gas from Nigeria and from Equatorial Guinea, and then fill the tankers that come in from Douala, Yaounde, and all of those things to carry from Limbe, to give the impression to the eyes of the people and everyone that Sonara is still refining oil. No, it's over. You see that fire? If you're not careful, leading right up until midnight, they will not be able to put it out. My people, God is always saying something. This land, the southern Cameroons, Ambazonia, is our land. And nobody will by any means take it from us. Nobody. My people, all we need to do is continue to be resilient. All we need to do is continue to be determined. All we need to do is always remember that it is all for one and one for all. And for those naysayers who started making noise and saying, oh, there is nothing happening again in the southern zone, everything is gone elsewhere, the people of Buea, like lava, are demonstrating today that they are active. And that is why, by the close of the day, when they were closing demonstrations, they filled the streets again in good numbers and rekindled the war cry that was launched in 2016. Listen to them. Mr. Paul Biya, we do not know surrender. Mr. Paul Biya, it will be freedom or resistance forever. Mr. Paul Biya, the people of the southern Cameroons know where they are heading. And we shall stop at nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing until we get there. We shall stop at nothing. Absolutely nothing until we get what we want, which is freedom. Total freedom. My people, no connection, no relationship, no strings, No, nothing anymore binding us with La République du Cameroon. To God be all the glory.